Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of Nostalgia Bait. I'm your host for this week, Cooper Britton, and I am joined, as always, on episode, 28, by the wonderful...
Fucking hell, is it actually? Bloody hell.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's
Alien's 27.
I think it's...
And then...
No, Alien's 26.
Alien 26, album's 27, this is 28.
Damn, maybe it's time to spill your beans,
Wow.
this fucker.
What, run it into the ground?
Yeah, start reviewing Doctor Who episodes by myself and then just kill it.
Yeah, next week we'll do one in, one off, one when I'm here and one when I'm not, and then I'll just slowly disappear. Or we'll both just disappear.
Yeah.
We're not disappearing, okay? We've done this long enough, we're not just going to disappear, I
We
promise.
actually record this at different times, so we just sync it up in post, but actually, you're recording, what time is it for you now?
It's actually 12 at midnight.
See, I talked over you, that didn't realise. That's going to fuck up the edit, shit. But how would I know that? Exactly.
That's
Who
true.
fucking knows? Yeah.
I mean, I think by the intro, it's probably obvious what this is. We are doing another Shoot the Shit.
Woo!
In our notes, it's titled as Shoot the Shit 2 Electric Boogaloo. So
Is it actually?
God knows what we'll call number 3, but yeah, that's what it's titled.
We can't come up with a good title. Yeah.
So welcome to Shoot the Shit 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Shit the shit. That's the best thing you can do.
Shit the shit.
Well, last time we did one of these, what did we actually end up talking about? Was it Costco?
We ended up talking about YouTube. Costco was the start of it. Yes, we started talking about Costco, and then we went into was it like starting a YouTube channel and starting a podcast and stuff?
People really liked the last one, and that's not me just saying people really liked it because we're really great, but people actually did like it. I feel like we got like good responses on that. People were like, "Oh, it was really interesting to hear your thoughts behind the scenes of the podcast and stuff." And I guess we'll probably have a little bit of that, just standard reflective kind of stuff. I mean, we're 28 episodes in here.
28
with a sort of. I would say a bright future. I think there's a concern when people look at me doing
a podcast.
podcast.
There's a bright future.
I think there's a concern when people see me doing a podcast and it gets to like almost 30 episodes. They're like, "Oh, this is
like a ticking time bomb."
It's a ticking time bomb. It's not. I mean, we've got. I'm like, I'll just say this now. I'm not going to name anything, but like, looking at the schedule, we have a title and concept for up to episode 45 with no
That's bonkers.
gaps in between.
We have crazy.
Which, by the way, will take us to the 2nd of January. So that's the rest of the year covered, effectively. We have everything. And then underneath that, we've got another list of ideas. So there's like so many things, and things will get moved around.
We're always cooking. We always cook.
We never
in the
stop
kitchen.
cooking.
No.
That's something we've
never.
That's something I always find quite funny when we do these podcast recordings, is the word cook. It's such a big difference in terms of how we pronounce it. Because you are so strong when you say that. I find.
Cook, book.
Let him cook,
Luke.
book.
No.
You don't say book, do you? Book?
Yeah, I say book.
Book.
Not book.
Book. Right, now this will be a good question. Did I ever say book? Book, sorry.
I don't think so. Maybe not. I
cook.
Don't think
Did I ever say cook?
I've always said cook.
Yeah, but did I ever do
Maybe.
that? It's just like a London thing.
For me, when you say cook, it kind of sounds like you're saying cook, which slightly concerns me.
Cook.
Which I think is why I... Yeah, no,
sounds wrong.
You're saying cook, you're saying the same as me.
Yeah, I'm saying cook. Cook.
Yeah, but
you mean cook.
There you go. Yeah.
As in cook, right.
Yeah, when you say COOK, it sounds a little bit off. I say it normally, it's double O, so...
I say it normally, you said.
I've always said cook and book.
Do you say master or master?
Master.
Yeah, you see, so I've had this conversation with my mum before. She is like Geordie, born and bred, right?
Yeah.
And she says master.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's quite
unless I'm singing Les
thing.
Mis, Master of the House. That's the only time I'd probably ever do
Unless I'm singing Les Mis. You fucking nerd. What the fuck is that about?
That's the only time I'd ever... Unless I'm trying to impersonate someone, I'd always instinctively say master.
I'd say master.
Yeah. What are the other ones? Have you changed to saying water yet? Have you started saying water differently, being in London?
What do you mean?
What's the... bottle
how
of
do
water?
You say...
You started doing that yet?
I'd have a bottle of water.
Or you say water?
Water, that's very Geordie, that.
Nah. Water.
Water. It's the T's.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Newcastle. It's the
Yeah.
T's. I don't pronounce
Water.
T's, and I've had to start pronouncing T's. It's like butter. water.
For me with my Geordie accent, for me it's more, I don't hear it. That's the thing. Like when you walk into Newcastle, it's like I sound probably like I'm from London when I walk through town. Not in that way, but you mean like?
Do you think? I think you blend in.
I mean,
no.
Not for I've been
more than I do.
I've been in Newcastle. I've probably told the story before. But I've been on a bus before where some guy started speaking to me on a bus, and I genuinely couldn't understand a word he was saying.
That might be because he was talking gibberish, though. You don't. Some people.
I reckon if I went to a Newcastle match, I'd be one of the better spoken Newcastle fans.
Careful.
It's not in a mean way.
No.
I just think my accent, as much as I do have a Geordie accent, I don't think it's as strong as it could be.
I've said this before.
What some accents are.
Like, my accent is completely fluid now. Like, if I'm up in Newcastle, I'm talking to you. Like, I will sound more Geordie now when I'm talking to you, believe it or not, than I do when I'm at work. When I'm at work, I'll talk.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But it also fluctuates.
Yeah.
I think if I've had a drink or I'm passionate, angry, I will go Geordie.
Yeah.
But if not, I sound like a posh cunt,
Yeah.
like I do now.
Yeah. I probably should agree with that. But yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
Do you know what the weirdest thing is, though? Whenever I've been away or when I was at uni and stuff, you know the accent that people most mistake my accent for?
Go on.
If you had to guess.
Irish.
Liverpool. I had multiple when I went on to Malaysia with my university.
I know what it is.
I had multiple people, English and like Malaysian, think I was from Liverpool.
Did you frequently order chicken and a can of Coke?
I knew you were going to say that.
It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. Sorry.
I lined you up with that one.
Sorry,
it was just it was weird.
There.
Like there was so many people who, when I was like, what do you think my accent is? Because they knew Newcastle. The moment I went to Newcastle, Newcastle United.
But for me, it's a bit of both. Because my dad's from Yorkshire, so I've always got that.
Yeah.
But then also, I think
weird.
my accent's all over the place anyway. I think I watched a lot of the Yogscast growing up, so I've got a little bit of like a Bristly twang just in my like how I speak and all that. Mm-hmm. I'm also one of these people who annoyingly just picks up other people's quirks. I hate fucking doing
like
it,
a sponge.
But I'm a social sponge. That's what I am. But I find myself doing things.
I don't know. Sponge was fine when you said social sponge. It just sounds so bizarre.
I just get about and just suck everything up. I'm moving on. What was I trying to say? No, I take quotes from people in terms of how they. It's just don't say sponge again. I kind of I take like things from people, and it's like the way people talk, the like things that they say. I'll just end up taking it. I just get used to being around people, and then I'll take it, and it's the same sort of thing. But I think it's just how I learn, really. I'd be interested to go back on my own YouTube and see, because I think that yes, my accent has changed since I've come to London. No, I don't think it's changed that much, because I think also I have a presenting voice. When I'm doing a podcast or something like this, I've got the YouTube voice.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And the YouTube voice, which I don't think I'm doing the YouTube voice now.
No. Compared to like what you normally do on YouTube, it's more. Well, I think podcast is just a form.
I think I do the YouTube. I think I do the YouTube voice for the intro.
Yeah.
Hello, definitely. Everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. Like that's the.
It's like hello. It's that. Yeah.
Hello. It's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a sleep paralysis. It's like something I'd hear in my nightmares. Hello. Just that over.
Just look at you just look down to the end of your bed and you see something slowly rising. A microphone comes with it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the latest Nostalgia 8 episode. Today, we're in Cooper's bed.
It'd be like, that's like a proper like horror movie thing where it's just like every corner they turn, it's just you going, hello.
Hello.
Every corner, imagine.
Would you like to? What do you think about the latest series of Doctor Who? Which is your favourite TARDIS design, guys? Oh, God.
Or like the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Just start like vomiting it all over.
Is that the bite of 87?
That's my thing is with like social media, like it's just like phrases that I pick up, which it's proper brain rot. It's proper brain rot.
it's getting to a point where it's getting really bad because I'll start talking brain rot at work and no one will understand what I'm talking about. What do you sort of pick up?
My one recently, and the first time I ever did it was in a Nostalgia Bait episode, is saying something irks me.
Oh, I've said
That's
that for years.
something that I picked up from YouTube. I've never ever said that, and it's only from like YouTube and stuff that I've started saying it.
I've said that for years, yeah.
It's one of those ones that I do as much. It's the only one I can think off the top of my head. But for me, that's not like brain rot. That's like I actually find that as like a really good like emphasis. Like I quite like it. Like,
yeah, I was doing the way you were going with that, and I think that's quite normal. You didn't come into a podcast episode or like a sort of informal work presentation and being like, so if you look at this data here, skibbity baby gronk toilet.
I hate this.
Yeah, like you can't.
Do you know the one at the moment that I hate? Have you seen the give me my money one?
Oh, I hate it.
I hate it.
I don't know what it
makes
is.
no sense at all.
Oh, I hate
it. It just makes no sense to me.
I hate it. That's just TikTok. I'm thinking like proper brain rot, like
skibbity.
It depends on what's on your
Rizzler.
TikTok feed. The Rizzler.
My
Jesus
TikTok
Christ.
feed at the moment is a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, as it nearly always is. Musicals are being starting on my TikTok feed as well.
Yeah. What musicals?
What did I have today? I got Pocahontas, like a random Pocahontas cover. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and then just Destiny Depression. That's mainly what it's been. Dungeons and Dragons, Destiny
Change
Depression.
the fucking record, Cooper.
That's all it's been.
No,
I'm not
for me,
on TikTok
thing is, it's a dangerous hole to fall down because
and Nostalgia Bait. Sorry, I should probably.
And the Nostalgia Bait TikTok, we fucked it there. That was such a too late.
Shoehorn that one in.
We're on TikTok, by the way, guys. All our best clips.
Shoehorn that in.
I got through a period where there was. Were you around for the John Pork memes? Do you know what John Pork is? See, this is the thing.
What have you just said?
There's this like edited photo of like a pig to look like a person, and it's this guy who does like CGI models, right? But then it started to get used as a meme, and it was him FaceTiming you or ringing you, and it was like pick up the call, right? I got the period where you watch a TikTok for too long, it thinks that you want to see more of it, and I genuinely one night in bed sat through. And I just scrolled, and it was
Everyone.
John Pork, answer his call. John Pork has been found dead in a car accident. John Pork, it's like all John Pork. And then it got even beyond that, and there's now more of them. There's now Steve Beef, and it's just a steak with eyes. Rob Mutton, who's
this
just
one
a
reminds
sheep.
me of. Did you ever get the cat ones where it was like it's played the
Monday Left Me Broken?
Yeah.
All the time. And I think it's so funny. It's so funny. What even is that?
It was one of those ones where I hated it, but I did find it slightly. Because the thing
I was crying at them. That's how bad that is.
It was good because it always caught me off guard, and I hated it, but it was really good.
It would be a sort of a normal video, and then it would like crash cut, and it Monday Left Me Broken.
Do you have a favourite TikTok? Because I do, sadly. I know exactly what mine is.
I think there's so many like brain rot ones that I find really funny. But I don't have a favourite.
The Happy Star Wars Day TikTok?
Is that the one where the guy's
Happy Star Wars Day,
hostage?
everybody! Yeah, Happy Star Wars Day, everybody! Today is also my birthday, and because it's my birthday, I can introduce you to my girlfriend. And this guy did it so innocently, but my god, if you watch the videos of it, honestly, what they call where like you do like
duet them.
You duet. Oh my god, the duets.
There was like 100 duets, and it was like all the same.
Camera crew, like MI5, Avengers.
Did you ever get the Warwick Davis ones?
What?
It was like 2 images of Warwick Davis, and the first one would be like, I don't know, it would be like a cheeky Nando's, and then the second one would be another image of Warwick Davis, and it would be like, and I'm not going to give any examples, but it would be the most horrendous, like, gruesome, offensive thing possible. So it would be like that. It would be like cheesy chips or something incredibly horrible.
I'm quite glad I've not seen these, to be honest.
They're quite funny, but some of them I've seen are quite funny. But it's that sort of brain rot kind of thing. But it's when you take it into, I take that into work. I use these in work, not like properly, but you just find yourself having a more like null sense of humor. Like just random, like the real life thing comes from that.
In real life,
Superman real life.
That's great though.
That's same thing. It's like we love that every time because I work with like YouTube channels and like brands of things that I'm not going to go into specific detail of just to keep my job. And anytime a character says the word something in real life, you bet someone in like my friend circle is clipping that and editing it with the morph thing with the
my thing with that
music
is,
on it.
From the same video, is if someone says spaghetti, I have to say spaghetti in the way that the kids
I don't get that.
Oh,
I don't understand
honestly,
why.
I don't know what it is. There's something about, because for me the
but
spaghetti part, the part I remember was what they.
No. Not real life.
Though, it's him with a bowl of spaghetti, and the biggest bowl of spaghetti you've ever seen.
I
just
know
looking
it is.
dead down a camera, going spaghetti, and then eats the spaghetti. It's great.
It's the real life bit that gets me. Are we having a sit right? This is already brain rot. People actually want to listen to this. What are we gonna get them? What content are we gonna give them, Cooper, to keep them sticking around? That isn't out of the Super Mario in real life. Fine. Which is the funnier bit? The bit where he says real life, or the bit where he says spaghetti? Can we just have a normal conversation?
I do miss Vine. I do enjoy. Still to this day, there are some
TikTok's
Vines that
replaced
I
it
will
though.
never.
I think it's just the same sort of shit.
But there's still something so nice about, like, some of the old Vines. So good.
Wouldn't work now, though. I don't think.
Oh no, I don't think
Maybe
Vine
I'm a
would
bit
work.
cynical. Yeah.
I don't think Vine would work in the current format, but still to this day, I will always. There's some Vines I will always enjoy. That will never die. Never, ever.
That's true. I've realised I've just.
What have you done?
I tried to because I was going to sort of segue into that in my Discord server. I asked sort of people to throw in some questions, and I thought we could answer a couple of those and throw them into chat. I tried to open it, and obviously I forgot that part of this video podcast is a screen recording Discord. So Cooper, if you don't mind going into the Discord and having a look at that'd be great.
That's fine. Yeah, we have a few questions lined up from Discord. Shout out George's Discord.
Yeah, class place. If you want to join there, you get notifications every time there's a new podcast episode, so that's a good place to be.
True, and there's a specific place for you to chat with other people who listen to the podcast, and we also engage, so if you want to ask us questions
every now and then, Cooper will actually message, and I'm always there.
That is true.
Actually, I probably message as frequently as you do, to be honest. That's not a...
No, you definitely message more than me. I'm trying to make it a routine that I'm checking it more often.
That's good.
There was like 2 weeks where I completely forgot to check it, so it's out of my Discord rotation, so it's gotta be added into the rotation. It's moved up. It's now 4th place. Actually, no, it's 3rd place on my Discord servers on the left-hand side. So I have my own personal Discord with my friends. I have my Dungeons and Dragons Discord, and then I have George's Discord.
You know what? That's fine. I'll take that. That's a good place to be. Give us a couple. So we asked people. We said we're going to be doing quite a relaxed recording podcast session. So please, if you have any questions for me or Cooper, or any just sort of things you want us to try out and to chat about, just let us know. So if there are any good ones in there you can find.
So I'm going to attempt to do these names.
Yeah, go for it.
Dr_Master, who I just want to give a shout out to this person who did an amazing popcorn bucket edit with George on the TikTok.
No, don't mention the popcorn buckets. Fuck.
We said so good.
No.
If you've not seen it, please go to the TikTok and find it. It's so fucking
I think
funny.
The original video's gone, but the one of me reacting to it is still there.
Yeah. They asked, who are some characters in fiction you feel best represent your personalities? I should read out this question. It's a hard question.
It's a hard question.
Because do I go like cool evil villain, or do I go like
fucking hopefully? What do you mean cool evil villain? Are you an evil villain? Is that representative of you?
Do I go cool edgy evil villain, or do I go hero that always saves the day? Do I say Palpatine, or do I go Luke Skywalker?
Do you think that you are you're the character that sums you up best in fiction is Sheev Palpatine from Star Wars? Don't answer that.
Probably not. This is a hard question, you know.
It's when I say Walter White and just look dead at the camera.
This actually a front. Anyway,
yeah, it's money laundering. Ooh. I'm joking, HMRC.
Genuinely, this is a hard question. So I'm trying to think of.
I don't know. I think you got to sort of find. I don't think there's ever any going to be a specific character. For me, I'd probably say one that I've always kind of
admired.
No, that's not the word. I've always found funny, but I've always found very intriguing and kind of unfortunately very relatable is Arnold Rimmer from Red Dwarf. I find a lot of my whenever I lean into being a bit pretentious, I find myself thinking you're acting a little bit too like Rimmer here. You need to like chill the fuck out, man. Like that's a bit embarrassing. Go on.
You're gonna hate me. When I was younger, and I thought, well, I do still think Big Bang Theory is good, but when I used to think it was cool. Let me finish. When I was younger, I used to think I was cool because I used to like see myself in Sheldon. And my things used to be both have Cooper in the name, physics, nerdy, and I'm terrible with sarcasm, and we both didn't get sarcasm, so that was my.
I love it that like I think that you were sort of saying before. It's like, yeah, I don't pick up many words and stuff. I think I've said irk recently, and that's a bit weird. Whereas like 10 years ago, you were walking around going bazinga. Yeah, fuck me, no.
That was mine when I was younger. Instead of you popping around corners saying hello, I'd pop around and go bazinga. That was more when I was younger. Now that I've gotten older, I don't really know.
Malcolm Tucker. No.
I don't know. It's hard.
That's a really hard question.
I don't want to inflate my ego.
Go on.
Like, pick the funniest person that I can think. Alan Partridge. No, that's not true.
That's not a good one, though. That's an insult to yourself, really.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because he's pathetic, essentially.
I don't know. I apologize I can't answer this question. It's such... I want to think of someone like cool. Like someone just like me for real. That's the other one that I do. That's the other brain rot. Oh. Just like me for real.
Oh, fictional character.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ralmo.
That's a for you and me.
Either. Fucking hell. Did Ralmo say cook
Ralmo's
or
not
cook?
A fictional character.
I thought that's the joke, you dick.
Oh my god. I was like, what? Did Ralmo say cook or cook?
I love how you missed it and it took a second to process.
Oh god, that's game over. No, that's game over for me. Oh my god. Oh god. That's another one. Add another one to Cooper losing it. Completely cry with laughter on the podcast.
And while we're at it, add another one to the Ralmo Clips compilation.
Yeah, that's true. Add another one to the list. Oh, that's really got me. That really got me.
Glad.
That was good.
Should we have a look at other questions?
Yeah. Next question by RNAFC. How do you think the TV and film landscape is changing? Do you think we're moving away from being an art form and more towards for cameos and consumerism, or do you think the cameo and consumerism nature is just the current mainstream and will change soon enough? I agree with the second part of this.
Yeah, I do as well.
Because this is the thing, like, you can't really do nostalgia and like cameos and stuff for too long. You can do nostalgia bait for quite a while, but cameos and stuff. But this is the thing though, with cameos and stuff like that, like, if you do cameos for too long, you no longer have any cameos to do. You're not building new characters for the next generation to fall in love with, and then they get the nostalgia.
It's such a difficult one. It's such a difficult one
cameos
because I think
later on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think there's too much to sort of analyse there. I don't think it's a wider discussion. I think for me, it is the current trend, isn't it? But also trends can be reversed. It's like I don't think that we're lacking in any sort of like independent voices being heard. Yes, big studios are turned more towards cameo stuff, but like those big studios were still making big studio films 10 years ago. They were just doing different big studio films.
Yeah.
Like the Chris Nolan Batman trilogy were big studio films, right? They still exist. It's still in the superhero thing, but it's just a different climate now as to what it was then in terms of what the standards of like superhero films were. Same thing with action films. We've still got Mission Impossible films coming on. But I think we do get a lot of original films still. Not as many, maybe, at one point in time, but I think that is just always going to be the case to some extent. Because when our favourite sort of films from the 70s, 80s, all that sort of thing came out, there wasn't a generation prior to that was brought up on films like that. Now, I mean, we were brought up watching old films, whether that be Jaws, whether that be Jurassic Park, whether that be Star Wars, Indiana Jones, right? So there is money to be made in not only an old audience who remember the originals, but a new audience whose parents were like sort of passed it down. When I was like 7, 8 years old, I was running around in a fully Indiana Jones costume with a whip. At that point, there hadn't been, not a real whip, by the way. At that point, there hadn't been Indiana Jones.
Was it one of the soft ones? Was it the plastic handle with the soft? Yeah, I had the same one.
Oh, and it had a button on it that went.
Yep. And started playing the...
Yeah.
I had the exact same one, yeah.
Amazing. We were both kinky fucks when we were younger.
I think of it as like if you think about it in like a Marvel sense or something like that, like when like the Tobey Maguire, the Andrew Garfield cameos, like they were massive because of how much they were loved when we were younger. There's nothing to say that in another 15 years' time, when Tom Holland's no longer doing it, the current generation who grew up with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, he'll come back as a cameo for whatever the next Spider-Man is, or whatever they end up doing, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Again, like it's that kind of thing where it's.
I mean, we're living in a world where we're already cameoing people who just fucking left the MCU.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go on about it because we've just done this like 2 episodes ago. But like,
that was
Chris
just an
Evans,
example. But it's like
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like you are always gonna have like new content, no matter what form it is, whether it's a massive franchise or whether individual things, like are constantly making new content, and people will grow up with that content, and therefore it will always happen again. It is like an infinite cycle, essentially. It always, and that's maybe not nostalgia that we'll get when we're older, but again, it'll recycle again, and maybe when fucking Andrew Garfield's 80-year-old, he comes back as Uncle Ben or whatever. Like it's that kind of thing. It's like it comes in circles and stuff, but you can't have nostalgia without making original content as well.
So I think that's an interesting question. I think we've talked a lot about nostalgia and all that sort of thing. For me, obviously, I do value.
I fucking hope so.
Fuck off. I throw me completely off sentence there. I like a lot of original films, and I think there's a lot of value to be had in them. But then you sort of raise questions as like legacy sequels are interesting as well.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick was an excellent film.
Yeah.
I actually think it was better than the first one. I really enjoyed Doctor Sleep. Doctor Sleep is a legacy sequel, but it's also an adaptation of the book Doctor Sleep. So is it an original film, or is it a sequel, or is it, there's loads of questions like that. It's these big franchise ones that rely on cameos that I think are a bit difficult, but that is the world we live in, and I think as society and time changes, it'll change with it. It's the same reason why superhero films are massive at the minute. In a few years' time, they won't be anymore.
Yeah,
we've seen the drop off of that. People still love Marvel, but there's less of a general audience following it now, and they need to sort of prioritize their fan base, and they'll still make a lot of money.
Legacy sequels are massive at the moment.
Yeah, they are, and I'm hoping they'll start to die out.
Gladiator 2 is the next big.
Yeah, it's like that'll probably be good, but it's like I don't know.
I'm on the fence with Gladiator 2. I can't lie. The trailer filled me with uncertainty.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess.
I don't know. Gladiator's one of those things where I think Gladiator 1, I think, stands on its own. It's a Gladiator film because it's about Roman times, whereas Gladiator 2 feels like it could be any Roman film, and the previous stuff is kind of just put in there to call it the sequel, if that makes sense. I think aesthetically, and I think as a proper movie, it'll be great. As a Roman movie, it'll be fantastic. But as a Gladiator sequel, I don't know. But then again, it's fucking hard to do a Gladiator sequel with how it ended, and it's such a complete package. Like, I rate them.
How do you do it? But then again, Ridley Scott did do the Blade Runner legacy sequel, and that was apparently very good. But I've not seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
God, let's shift on to another question. We've got a few in there, haven't we?
Other question is, why do you think a podcast is called a podcast?
Who asked that?
It's actually that is Cyber Nova DW, Doctor Who DW.
I wonder what DW stands for.
That's true.
I think that's go on. We'll give you your answer.
I reckon cast as in like caster, like speaking and casting your voice. Pod as it's like a smaller form, if that makes sense. That's my guess.
That's a good guess. I haven't got a guess. I'm going to Google it.
Why is a podcast called a podcast?
Why is podcast called podcast? Comes from the combination of 2 words.
Pod and cast.
No. iPods and broadcasting.
Really?
The term was first used in 2004 by journalist Ben Hammersley, who used the term to describe an emerging trend in distributing audio content over the internet, basing it on a popular audio player back then, which was the iPod. Holy shit!
That's crazy that the iPod has caused like a full new anagram. That's crazy.
Wow.
Rip the iPod, I have to say. What a great piece of technology.
iPod Touch, unreal. I used to play Where's My Water on that all the time.
I used to, when I was in school, when I first joined secondary school, I bought myself an iPod because the phone that I had didn't have enough storage to like hold like games and music and stuff on and photos. So I had a phone. I honestly probably looked like I was a drug dealer. I had a phone which just for making calls and stuff. And then I had an iPod I bought which had like all my games and all my music and stuff on to carry around. So I'd walk around with a phone and an iPod in my pocket all day, every day. So weird. So strange.
Brilliant. What? I don't remember that. But I guess...
I think I've still got it. Probably my drawer to be honest. I've still got it somewhere.
Dear me.
It's probably dead, to be honest. It's definitely dead.
Well, you've had to struggle to find a charger nowadays, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't even know what charger it was.
Probably the thick one, like the long one.
The massive, the chunky one. God, yeah, Jesus.
Those are the days. Bloody hell.
That's old iPads and stuff. Jesus Christ. Now phones don't last 2 minutes. Christ, knows technology nowadays. To be honest, absolute shit show.
Scary shit, man. Would you ever get the Apple Vision thing?
I would 100% have an Apple Vision.
I feel like I don't like Apple, and I feel like that'd be the problem. I think the biggest problem I have with it is genuinely the fact that I just don't like that it locks you into all that other stuff. I'm never going to buy another iPhone, probably, and I'm not going to buy a Mac, so I'd rather keep out of it, but there's no other technology like it yet. So it's like one of those things that they're innovating, but they lock you in. I'd love to try it, but I don't trust it.
I could speak as someone who is definitely locked into Apple products.
Yeah, you
I have an
iPhone, shill.
An iPad, an Apple Watch, a MacBook, AirPods. I know.
Do you reckon Ralph Moore called them MacBooks?
MacBook. That's true. MacBook.
Yeah, MacBook.
So weird. Yeah, honestly, I'd like to try it. I'd like to try it just to see like how it makes me feel, if that makes sense. To see if I get like nauseous from it, or I'd also be interested just to see how it changes my everyday life, to see if it actually makes my life better.
I think I had such faith in like the HoloLens, which was kind of promising the same thing years ago, and then I tried it at Kennedy Space Center of all places, and it was shit.
Really?
It wasn't very good. They did like a 3D Mars thing, but all you can really see is in this sort of little square thing in the visor. You can still see around the square where the visuals have been projected on. Very, very difficult to sort of follow.
Do you know what advertises to me the most about them is like just gamifying life? Have you seen like the apps you can get where it like if you're hoovering it shows you like the floor, and it puts like Mario coins, and basically put your hoover
How
past
fucking lazy do you need to be to have Mario coins on the floor to hoover your fucking like if you live in a shithole and you're like, oh, I need to clean, but maybe I'll get the Vision Pro so I can see Mario coins when I do it. Just clean the house, you scruffy cunt.
But it also means you'll never miss a spot if I've got to collect every coin.
You might.
Not if I've got to collect every coin.
Yeah, because you can't fucking see the floor because you've got fucking Super Mario bouncing around going, oh, woohoo, you missed a fucking spot.
Super Mario in real life.
Well, you know
this will be the end. This will be the end of our podcast. It's us just saying shitty memes until one of us gives up.
Real life, skibbity toilet, spaghetti.
No. But yeah, I'd like to try it. I like the idea of like having like the massive screens and stuff like.
The only thing I would benefit from, and it's great, this is my only example, driving. I would quite... Well,
You're
would
going
love
to
it.
use it while driving?
I'm not going to. Can I just specify? I'm not going to get one. And if I did, I would not be using it for driving. This is completely hypothetical.
Okay.
The best use of that sort of AR technology would be to have like the big sort of blue arrows on the road, like you have in video games.
Such a good idea.
Thank you.
Oh my god, like the GTA ones, the massive bubbles.
Like the GTA ones.
You know what?
And you see the arrows on the floor. I'd be like, that'd be great, because then you can see where you're going. How many times on a sat nav where you're using it and it tells you slightly too late, and you're like, oh,
I literally did it today.
That's why we started late.
That is true. Yeah.
No, it's not.
I had to drive. A normal journey normally takes me 2 hours. Took me 3.5 hours a day. Because the M6 was closed, because someone decided to crash their car on the M6, and
someone decided. I love that. Yeah. Just sort of, you know what? I'm a bit bored. I might just fuck my car into a tree. You know.
I don't know what it was, but I literally drove through the entirety of the Lake District on country roads today. Today, it was awful in a new car that I'm not used to as well. It's not nice. I did it. Yeah. I'm here, so that's why we started so late. So. hey, shoot the messenger.
Happy days.
Am I right? But yeah, I'd try Apple Vision Pro. I'd like to try it. I don't know how that's so expensive though. That's the other thing with technology, is it's just getting more expensive, and it's like the Apple headphones that they released. Cool, I'd love to have them. Why are they so expensive? They're like £600, £700.
Because you're paying for the name Apple. You're paying for the name.
What? Like,
and don't worry, you can save up your money over a few years to get one, but by the time you buy it, it'll be 2 years down the line, and they'll have rolled out an update which slows them down.
Yep, exactly. It's like, and even iPhones now, so expensive.
Yeah. Shit. I have a Samsung flip phone, and I think this is the best phone I've ever had.
Really?
I love it. I genuinely adore it. And I've tried multiple phones from different brands. I've had a Huawei, I've had a Samsung before, I've had Apple, I've had a fucking Windows phone. I've had everything. This bastard here is the best one I've used. And when I get an upgrade, I don't think I could go back to a normal phone. I think I'd have to go for like a flip phone.
Flipper.
I like the fact that there's a screen on the top, you know. That
is a really cool idea.
I'm not sponsored, I wish I was. But I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. I think they're really good, and I like the way they fold up as well. It's just good.
I'm just too deep in the Apple rabbit hole, whereas if I was to change phones, I'd lose so much.
Do you see how that makes you sound like a zombie?
100%. 1000% I sound like a zombie. I sound like such... I've been...
I'm too far deep now, I can't escape. You can! Get out!
I'm just a part of the system. Like, I'm fully in the Matrix. That's basically what it is.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's... Yeah...
It's
Steve
just crazy,
Jobs' sort of consciousness latching onto every Apple device.
There's a little part of him in all of them.
Yeah, he's sort of just... They're like, what do you fucking call them? Death Eaters.
From Harry Potter?
Yeah, pretty much.
The Dementors?
Dementors? I don't know. Something like that.
Know. I only watched Harry Potter for the first time last year, so...
Really?
I have no idea.
I watched it years ago. See, quite opposite. I've not actually seen them for years.
Yeah, I watched them for the first... I've seen some of them, but I watched them for all of them in order for the first time last year.
Yeah, very nice.
And also watched all the Fantastic Beasts movies as well, but I'd already seen the first one.
Oof.
Second was fucking abysmal. It was awful. Then first, honestly, genuinely, first one I still to this day love. I love Eddie Redmayne. I think he's great, but they're just not a great trilogy of movies, to be honest. Harry Potter's good though. I enjoy it. I'm kind of going through a fantasy binge. I want to watch like Lord of the Rings. I've never watched.
It's kind of a shame that the writer is
that's
one of the most horrendous people going at the minute.
It is rough, isn't it?
Yeah,
even after all the Hogwarts Legacy stuff, that was ridiculous when that game.
She's been taken to court now, so it's fine.
Has she? I didn't realise she'd been taken to court.
The whole thing with the Olympics boxer.
Really?
A biologically female Olympic boxer.
Yeah.
Who won gold in the boxing at the Olympics. And J.K. Rowling and a couple of other people, Elon Musk included, were sort of going on and going,
really?
oh, it's actually, they're actually transgender and they're born a man, and it's not even true. So that athlete is taking them to court.
Oh my god!
Or he's suing people who basically just because it's abuse, isn't it? And it's incorrect, it's false, you know.
It was crazy because when that whole first happened. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy was the same thing. Hogwarts Legacy when it came out had like a massive... People were like boycotting it, being like, if a streamer streams this, like it was just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's a bit much. I think I like thing is you've got to sort of disconnect it. But then for me, I probably would have got Hogwarts Legacy if J.K. Rowling was detached from it. And the thing is, I can't buy into it because I know that it's funding her pockets.
Yeah,
that's the difficulty I have. Is that she still has ownership.
It's
the best thing Warner Brothers could do would be to buy her out completely.
Yeah, it's such a good universe, and it does. I feel like it's a universe that deserves to have expansion. Like there's so many other things you could do, but
they can't.
Yeah,
they can't though. They just can't. And you know that's the quality of the Fantastic Beasts films for you. There's supposed to be 5 of them. They've cancelled them after 3.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling couldn't write a screenplay for shit, and it just sort of fell apart. So you know, there's no way of. But yeah, for me, it's like someone who grew up with Harry Potter and quite liked it growing up. I'd love to buy a game like Hogwarts Legacy. I'd love to play it, but I'm not going to do it whilst it's funding her because she's absolutely fucking disgusting.
There's no way she'd sell that franchise. There's not a chance.
No, but the thing is, she probably, in terms of to help the franchise grow, that's probably what she needs to do. And Warner Brothers, in which in Warner Brothers' interest to buy her out, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah. Questions? Crazy. Any more sort of lingering ones in there?
That was all of the questions. That was the 3.
That were the 3 main ones?
Yeah, they were the 3 main ones. Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
It's been a bonkers episode, but I feel like
it's been a bit of a weird episode. I think it's always the thing is I quite like doing these ones though because I feel like with other ones we sort of got like a thing to stick to. With this, it's just sort of who knows where it's going to go. And I kind of
like stuff we could have spoke about and stuff, but like we don't want to just end up repeating topics. Like
no, of course not.
Yeah, like D23. Like there's a few things there, but we're trying to avoid. Like we don't want to.
We're sort of thinking about doing an episode about that. Are there any episodes do you think that we've kind of? Can you think of any that we've sort of planned and then went, nah, we're not doing that?
There's a few that we've pushed back, but I can't think of any that we've just gone, nah, I don't really want to do that. I think most of them we've pushed back.
I think there is one. I think we planned to do one for the boys. But I think when that was coming out, I was behind anyway, and I was like,
I've not watched it. So,
and you've not watched it, so I was like, I didn't want to really push for that.
Yeah. I'd like to do more like we did with the Alien, of like watching something and then reviewing it.
Well, we've got a Beetlejuice one coming up.
Yeah.
So
I've never seen the original Beetlejuice either.
So you probably need to watch the original Beetlejuice for the next. Pretty much the next recording. I think it is that's planned to be episode 29. So fingers crossed. Yeah. But I love that. I'm trying to think. This would be a good question, actually. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, we're 28 episodes in.
28 episodes.
Almost at like our big 3-0. Looking back, what are your sort of favourite episodes and what are your least favourite episodes?
I genuinely wholeheartedly can't think of any off the top of my head where I was like, oh, I didn't enjoy that. Oh, I
didn't enjoy that.
Like doing that. There's none where I was like, oh, I hated that episode, or editing was awful. Like all of them, they all have moments where I laugh. My favourite episodes to film. I love the YouTube memories one because it was so.
That was quite a good one. Yeah. That was very interesting. Yeah, I
actually really enjoyed the video game one because the video game one was back. Yeah, because the video game was one of the first ones that I like kind of pioneered for and kind of pushed forward for and kind of did the stuff for that episode, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Because we did the reviewing the games as well. That was kind of the first one I kind of. Obviously, we had other ones, but that was the first idea that I brought to the table, if that makes sense.
I don't think that's fair. I think you brought a lot of the ideas to the table.
No, I'm saying that, but that was like the first of being brought the idea to the table.
Where I just wasn't involved with the planning on that episode.
Yeah, that was kind of like I got the idea of the episode.
Top 5,
This is what I want you to do, and then I entered it and everything like that. Because I think at the start of the episode, you were like, you take it away, like it's.
Yeah, I was like, you do it, man. Yeah. I think
script
the
reading.
One that I can remember. That was interesting, wasn't it?
It was crazy.
Would you do that again? Do you think?
Yes.
There's a massive hesitation from you there, though.
Yeah, I would do it again. Not the same script. I'd do something similar for it again.
Yeah, no, someone do the same fucking script.
Do the same one next year. Yeah. Let's re-release it. We'll never know. Yeah, I would do it again. I'd be interested to do something similar.
Yeah.
Something of that kind of. I wouldn't even know what to do though. What other scripts there are?
Yeah, I have no idea to be honest. Mm-hmm. But I think that's an interesting one where it's like I would love to record it again. I would hate to fucking edit it again.
Yeah.
Look, because that was just a really just a massive fucking edit, and it was one that took so long and was very taxing. And I loved doing it, but I couldn't do it again. Realistically,
I'd love to do some more specials, or like another. Kind of
we haven't done a special. We haven't done a special in a while, but I think there's definitely a few possible ones lined up. I mean, we're coming into the season of like Halloween and Christmas. I think there's definitely room to do more than one in a couple of those weeks.
We have some cool. Do you know what I'm most excited for? Sorry, just completely jumping ahead. Do you go for your favorite episode, and then I'll talk about what I'm excited for in the future?
I don't think I have a favorite. I think I find it really difficult to pick a favorite.
You like all your children equally. Is that what it is?
I do. I think the only ones I don't like, I think the 5 Nights at Freddy's episode, not because of anything else, but because of myself. I remember I was really tired when we filmed that.
I remember it, yeah.
I regret filming it. I wish we waited because I think there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about there, and I was not on form on that recording.
We 100% have to do another one for when Five Nights at Freddy's 2 comes out.
But that comes out end of next year. That'll come around quickly, won't it, to be fair?
Yeah, at this point, what else have we done? Just Bad Rush and Acolyte I enjoyed talking about. I really... Honestly, Shoot the Shit #1 was really good.
That was one of our best...
idea what...
Actually, that's probably one of my favourite ones, actually, because I think the conversation was really interesting. And it was we just got a lot out of that, I think.
Yeah.
Both recording-wise and editing-wise. There's quite a few episodes. Even the last session we did where we talked about...
Top 5 albums I've really enjoyed. really enjoyed.
Oh, we can mention that. That's not going to spoil it now, but yeah. Still not over you picking KSI for one of your fucking top albums. I mean, there's a reason I put it in the YouTube thumbnail, because I was like,
gotta get it.
Because I want people to see that and think top 5 albums of all time, KSI. Because that's how I reacted.
It's like a double bait, isn't it? They're like, he's in the thumbnail. He's a music artist. They wouldn't pick him, right?
No, they wouldn't. You did.
You would. Yeah, I would.
For me, I quite liked the last recording session we did with the albums in the Alien franchise. I quite liked doing the the Harriet's Memory Box one, actually. I quite like that we could do a secret one.
Yeah, I was literally having a conversation with my dad about that when he was watching he decided to watch that episode when I was in the room.
That's really weird. I'd really struggle with that. I'd hate that, because I'd be like, oh, God,
he was just sitting laughing. He was laughing at it on the sofa.
That's good, though.
And I was like, I'll take it.
If he's enjoying it, that's great. Yeah. And if you're listening now, hello.
Yeah,
but that's fucking weird, isn't it? That'd be spooky.
Soon, yeah. I'll see you soon. Literally downstairs. Do you have any?
You'll be sat in the same room. Hello, Cooper.
Anyway,
crack on.
Do you have any that you're excited to do in the future? Do you want to tease some that we potentially have lined up? Do you want to talk about some like the Halloween or Christmas ideas that we've got?
I don't want to go into too much detail in case we change exactly what we do.
That's fine. Yeah.
But I think I am very excited about the Halloween related episode that we've got currently.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for our first guest spot.
Yeah, I'm also very
excited. Which I'm not going to announce quite yet.
No, I'm excited for the first guest spot.
But it's closer than you'd imagine. I mean, that's probably not, actually. But in terms of recording for us, it'll probably be quite close. I think that's something I'm very excited about, because we've never done a third person on the podcast before. Mm-hmm. And I think it'll be interesting to look at that dynamic and the guest we've got. I'm very excited to chat to again, because it's been a good
I've never met this guest, but we've interacted so many times.
Yeah, I'm
quite excited to actually speak to him properly, because I think I'll get along really well with him.
Yeah, and I'm not going to announce it now, but I think I'll be very excited to get him on for
I'm very excited.
He's promised us a very interesting Just News story.
Has he? So, that'll be good.
I can confirm.
I love Christmas, and I'm very excited for Christmas. And one of the ideas that I had for it is, I wanted to do a recording of a childhood book, the story. It was A Night Before Christmas. Which I used to read.
That's not even in our ideas list, so you can talk about that, because we might just do that as a bonus. Yeah.
As a kid, so for me, this is something I want to do. Whether we do it sober or drunk, it's up to us.
I think drunk.
But as a kid, for me, Night Before Christmas is quite a sentimental story. I know most of it off by heart, probably, but we used to read it every Christmas Eve, or Night Before Christmas. And I want to do where we record it again, whether it's sober or drunk, and we record it and release it on Christmas Eve as just like a funny little bit. And whether we're in person or online, I'll get Santa hat on.
That's true.
I'll have the Santa's beard. I'd love to do it. I think it's such a funny thing to do. And that's something I would really like to do for Christmas and around Christmas. We have some ideas for Christmas, and I'm just excited to do something festive for nostalgia.
I think
some festive promotion.
I think that's the thing about that I love about Halloween and Christmas, especially as a content creator. And I don't suppose you've probably had this before, Cooper. Is that it's very exciting to have content around that. And it's like because I streamed last year as well. It's like over the entirety of October, I had 4 or 5 weeks in a row where I was able to do horror games, and that was really fun, because it's all just like kind of different horror games, and it was fun. And it was all like spooky Halloween related. And Christmas the same. It's like you just do Christmas content, and I used to
also
love it.
Halloween is on a day an episode comes out. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it?
I'm certain it is.
Very
so it's
cool.
Like
very cool. Yeah, I'm liking that.
October 31st is the Thursday. Yeah,
that'll be episode 36.
Yeah, so we literally will have an actual Halloween episode.
Hell.
So while people go out trick or treating and listen to Nostalgia Bit,
it comes out at 10 in the morning, Cooper. I think you'll be all right.
That is true. No, I'm just thinking, I hope adults who listen to this aren't going out trick-or-treating.
Oh!
Because I think that's probably our dynamic. It's majority adults. I'd be slightly concerned.
Yeah.
Just have it playing. Have the episode playing while people come to your door.
Yeah.
We're going to have to come up with some, like, Christmas, like, and Halloween, like, profile pictures and stuff for Instagram and stuff, like, chains and stuff, the banners and stuff. I'm very excited. Honestly, I'm excited to do content.
I've got some ideas to cook. Actually, I've got some ideas that I haven't even spoken to you about that I want to talk about actually after this recording.
Cool. Yeah, we can talk about this. But shall we?
Yeah.
move
Oh
on
my
to
gosh, yeah, we shall, because I
only
didn't realise how
dedicated
long we've
segment
been recording. Have we
on the
waffled for
podcast.
that long?
We've waffled for that long. It's been
That's
a
gone
wild,
quick,
wild
man.
time. We shall move on to our only dedicated segment of the podcast, Just
Oh,
News.
I love Just News.
Long live
man.
Just News. And I've said it before. I said the last.
What do you mean by that?
I said
That sounds
long
like-
live Just News.
Sounds like you're going to kill it, man.
No, I'm saying like I hope.
Just News is dead. Long live
Just
Just
News is
News.
dead. No, I didn't mean like that. But I said
No.
the last one. Like when George first pitched this idea to me, I was like, I don't know. A lot of the podcasts I listen to don't have
Was this
dedicated
my
segments.
idea?
This was your idea, yeah. And when you pitched it, I was like,
take
I'll
it.
do it. But I was like, in my background, I was like, I don't know. I've never listened to like podcasts that have dedicated segments. Genuinely, and I said this to you before, fucking greatest idea ever. Like in any of the prep we've had for this
Yeah.
podcast, whether
It's
it was the
fun.
name,
It's fun.
anything, this was the best idea.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, man.
So I found a great, well, I hope a great news story. I've not read the whole thing.
Yeah,
but
don't big it up too much. That's going to be shit.
Mum's break up from hell as savage prank sees her swamped with bizarre calls.
Okay, interesting.
Jessica Sewell was left fuming after her ex-boyfriend put her phone number
Oh,
on a
for
Star Wars
fuck's
themed
sake,
poster,
I've just seen the fucking photo.
promising people a cash reward for doing a Chewbacca impression. A mum has shared her experience of being bombarded with calls from strangers attempting their best Chewbacca impressions after her ex-boyfriend plastered her number around town as a revenge prank for ending their relationship. The Star Wars themed joke promised a £51 or $100 Australian dollar reward for the best Chewie impression, and it wasn't long before Jessica Sewell, 33, a Queensland-based mum of three, was receiving calls at all hours from hopeful impersonators. Despite the annoyance of the constant calls, Jessica found humour in the situation, telling 9 News in Australia, "I thought it was quite funny actually. I thought it was a good joke. This has got to be the most childish breakup I've ever had. All he had to do was say, I don't love you anymore, I want to move on." Jessica revealed that she ended the relationship after discovering he'd been messaging other women on Facebook. His spiteful prank only seemed to confirm she made the right decision. However, after 2 weeks of voicemails filled with Wookiee growls, the non-stop ringing began to disrupt her children's sleep, and her patience started to wear thin. How
Can we just, like,
bonkers is that?
what the actual fuck? I mean,
How
great
crazy
idea.
is
I've
that?
seen versions of this before. I've seen versions of this where someone was like, but this was like the other way around. It was like the guy had been like cheated on,
Yeah, and then
he went around town and he basically was like, it's a local zoo advert, and what you need to do is you need to answer this simple question and send it to this thing, and it goes, which of these animals doesn't have any legs? And it's like a goat, a lion, a snake. So then you have thousands of people texting the word snake to his ex-girlfriend,
amazing
which
idea.
is so good. That's really
That
clever.
is such a good idea.
And I thought that's where this was going, but it's actually the guy
This
who
is just petty.
I just love. And I don't know if you'll be able to put the image on the screen, Cooper, but the poster.
How many voicemails there are?
No, but the poster.
Oh, the poster, yeah.
The fucking poster with the like roughly cut out like Chewbacca, and like it's brilliant.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I mean, it's
saw
bad,
it,
obviously,
it's
what a
such
dickhead.
Yeah, true. Such a funny idea to do, though, is to prank someone. Like, not even as a breakup prank, just to do it in general. Like, can you imagine? How amazing. Speaking to the Canes post, Jessica expressed her frustration. Someone called and said they thought it might have been done as a joke because they watched a man put up the poster, adding, "It hurts my feelings." Jessica was left in utter disbelief when her ex, perhaps irked that his prank had lost its charm.
What are the chances of that? That's so funny.
I've not read this at all, genuinely. Not got this far through. Had lost his charm, abandoned his car on her driveway without tyres, effectively imprisoning her at home. Jessica shared her.
I love how you're laughing at this. Like, this is quite a serious thing. This guy's a psychopath, and you're like,
I'm
she's
laughing.
locked in.
I'm not being funny. I'm laughing because he's actually gone through the effort to not only print off flyers with her phone number on it, tell people
It's
to
the
do
Chewbacca thing's quite strange. Yeah.
Driven to her house,
Took the
parked the
wheels
car
off.
on her driveway. He's jacked up his car and took the wheels off his car and then walked away. What?
Jesus Christ, yeah. What a prick.
The police got contact with me and it's finally they're going to do something about it. The bizarre incident from 2020 resurfaced after being posted by the Instagram account Learner Speak, sparking a flurry of jokes and comments online, reported the Daily Star. One user joked, "Sounds like she's looking for love in..." Oh my god. Sounds like she's looking for love in Alderaan places.
I fucking love how funny people are online, man. That's so funny. You know, it's mad to me that the world isn't filled with more stand-up comedians. And that is coming from me, someone who is on a podcast trying to be funny. Like,
It's crazy, isn't
what? Oh, shut the fuck up, my God.
And then someone also added, if someone
that's a
did
good
this to
pun.
me, I would immediately take them back. A third chimer chimed in with administration saying, yes, this is childish, yet superb at all the same time.
I think it's a bit, it doesn't
if
really
you're
have much
walking
of a
around the
punch.
streets of London and Newcastle, keep an eye out for flies with George's phone number on.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. We should do different ones, though. I think it should be. We shouldn't do. I think Chewbacca's a bit of a. It's a good one.
It's a good one, but you have to do something else.
I want to hear people's Palpatine impressions. Actually,
That's a good one. Yeah,
I'd like to
that's
hear
a
it.
good one.
My voicemail filled up with people just going, "Do it,
Do it once more.
kill him."
But yeah, that is my
Fucking hell.
news story. Crazy.
That's
isn't it? I just couldn't
interesting.
believe it when I read it. It's
That's
such a petty thing
unbelievable.
to do.
It's really petty, but thing is,
They're
it's difficult
both
to take
petty,
the piss out of
that-
because it's like
It's petty, and then it's like it's petty. This is the thing though. It's like he did the Chewbacca thing to try and annoy her, and she enjoyed it. So what's the next step? Just
park
my
his
car,
car
and drive
and take
and
the
take the
fucking
wheels
wheels off.
I'm not even funny.
Oh,
That's his loss.
It's going
That's
Geordie
his
again,
loss.
lad. It's going Geordie again. It's like
That's his loss. He doesn't
it's
have a
just sad.
car.
no, it's Australia.
crazy.
It's not biker.
Australia.
That's a shame.
It's bonkers. But
God,
is-
wow, that is. I think
it's craziness.
at the
It's
end
just
of
biz-
our-
It's just bizarre. Thing is though, for that, it's not funny. It's just bizarre. Like it's such a fever
that's
dream
the
thing
thing.
to do.
I don't even have any jokes to make about it because I'm so just baffled by the
It's
concept
such-
of it.
It's
What
such
the
like
fuck?
a fever dream to be like Chewbacca impression, and then the step up is to park my car and get rid of the wheels. Like it's
He
crazy
fucked
that
up.
people
He
do
was
this.
messaging other people. She dumped
Yeah,
him, and
it's
then he's like,
crazy.
"I tell you what's a really great. I don't want to get people to call in with some Chewbacca impression. It doesn't even mean anything.
It's
It's
absolutely
crazy.
bizarre. It's batshit, literally.
Give me your. Actually,
but
tell you what. Yeah, Cooper, give me your.
my Chewbacca impression is awful. I
Don't
actually
care.
can't do it genuinely.
Try.
I can't do it. I can't do the.
Did you just
the-
come?
the-
What was that?
I can't do that. Oh Jesus! Oh my God!
Fucking
Someone's
smoker's
gonna be
cough.
dying. Almost be dying live on the podcast. Anyway,
Let's wrap it up there
Thank
before
you.
Cooper dies. Yeah.
usually it's dying from laughter, to be honest. That's
Ah.
me most of the time. So funny. Anyway, thank you so much
Which
for
is so
listening
funny.
and or watching this episode of Nostalgia Bit. If you'd enjoyed and you are listening on Spotify, please leave us a hearty 5-star review and also leave a comment because it now has comments and I still
Oh,
think
we
it's
do,
really
yeah.
cool that
That's
Spotify
good.
has comments. If
Yeah,
you're on YouTube,
comment.
leave us a like, subscribe, leave
Comment
a
on there
comment.
as well.
Why not? When in
Fuck
Rome.
it.
Or when on the Nostalgia Bit channel. Anyway, check out TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and we will be back next week. And I'll be back with a brand new mic sounding
Oh, yeah!
beautiful
You've
and
got a new mic
sexy.
coming. You got the
I
same
can't
one as me.
wait. Got the same one as you. R.I.P. the Blue Yeti. But
Yeah,
I'm coming
rest
back.
in peace. Rest in peace.
We'll be going.
We didn't talk about that,
next
did
week's
we?
episode is an ASMR episode because I've got a new mic, baby. Let's
No,
go.
it's not. We just
But,
talk to each other like that the whole time.
Like this, we talk really low.
We're just
volume.
gonna keep
But anyway,
talking
I
really
couldn't
low
do that.
volume.
Like genuinely, I couldn't keep
Do you
my
know-
energy in to talk like that low volume.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely. Like I just get so hyped. But that's just going on another tangent, and we will be here for another hour. So thank you so much, and we shall see you, or hear you, or you will hear us next week. Bye bye.
Bye!